Ghana and the Kumasi City Mall. So, you know, to all the ladies that love to get dolled up, I guess that's for you. And even the guys who like to doll the ladies up, you know, I guess that's for you too. But we do have to carry on with the show. When we get back after this break, we're going to get to my pundits. Let's find out what we're talking about. Stay tuned in. Yep. Carrying on, send us messages at MX24GH on every single platform and at the hashtag MX Live. I'm your host, Jason LA, from now to 4 p.m. And as I always say, you guys are the most important pundits. But I can't do this by myself, because if I was, I'd just say my mind and go off air. So I have these two guys to either agree or disagree with the things we talk about. I have Joe Wackle, second time in the studio. Today the hair is out. Yeah, it's out. It's out.
Bro, I'm not mic'd. I'm not mic'd. I don't even know. Bro, my hair's out.
Charlie, how you doing, man?
Bro, I'm chilling. How you doing?
I'm good. How has your week been leading to the weekend? Busy week?
Bro, my week has been incredible. I mean, we've been putting together a concert, and finally it's coming up tonight. And you had the artist here yesterday, Ria's concert.
Who you work with, Ria Boss. Tell us about.
Okay, so the concert is happening tonight at the Zinnia Lounge inside Cantonment. It's an album listening and an art exhibition. I mean, she'll have like all the artwork she'd had ever since she started making music. She's gonna have the artworks over there, and then it's more like an art exhibition, and then a live concert. So it's more like an experiential immersion into the Cat Mama's world. Yeah, you guys should come through.
Nice. I mean, we always talk about support at Hoodie On Down. It's good to see you guys are doing this, you know, young ones. So that's cool to see. Please go and support them if you've just heard about what Ria Boss and my brother Joe Wackle, they're doing together. Charlie, how are you doing, Prudent?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Hi, why have you been out today? You're tired?
Yeah, I'm working. I'm extra show. Saturday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. You guys should tune in.
Yeah. So why are you tired for tomorrow? Today's Friday. I mean, like, I've been busy this whole week.
I've been busy this week. Like, trying to compile even the list for the chat show. It's quite stressful. You don't have to be biased. You have to make sure, go through, check the streams, the songs that are making streams.
But it's all work.
It's all work, man. And I'm sure I'll be there tonight to come.
Bro, don't tell me you're sure you'll be there. Are you there? You're either there or not?
I'm going to be there, man.
Okay, fine. So I'll see you tonight.
I go there. I was there. So
you said he's going to be there. But again, it's good to see you guys. Let me just say, Charlie, the work you're putting into what you're doing, your craft, the energy alone. Let's put away even the finances and everything. The energy it takes to put or believe in your craft is something big. So that's why MX24, we're always going to support you. We believe in you. Keep doing your thing, Charlie. Big ups to these guys. But sometimes you can believe in people and things fall apart. I'm sure you've heard about Amber Heard. I know. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, you know. And the way I want us to look at this is, apart from, so it has to do with domestic abuse. And when it came out, Johnny Depp was attacked. He was dropped from movie roles because allegations were made towards him. But it seems like now more has come to light where he was the victim. And now petitions have been put out, over 2 million signatures, you know, to get Amber Heard withdrawn from the Aquaman 2. So just in case you're wondering, she's an actress. She was with Johnny Depp, and she's the female lead in Aquaman, you know, one of the biggest blockbuster movies that's on our screens. And it was just sad to see, like, when you heard this, Joe Wackle, like, how did you take it? Because there were some instances where in voice tapes, right, we heard you say, you're Johnny Depp. Remember, no one's going to believe you. And where you're saying, like, this is crazy, this is happening in 2022, right?
I mean, what I felt when I heard this was, of course, it's crazy. And when issues like domestic abuse really happens, oftentimes, like men usually, the voices of men are often silenced in issues of domestic abuse. And then we live in a space where, of course, there have been times where women have come out to accuse men, and it's been like false. Yeah. And there have been like less of such cases. There have been more cases where it is true, and less of cases that it is false. So you get me? And so like when things like that happen, it's like it's based on like the experiences that we've like really had. But then if there's one thing this has really taught us, it's like to be very, very like slow at judging and really very quick to really understand people or speak out to people.
Yeah.
You also have to wait for the fact.
Yeah, like, but it was crazy to me that he was dropped from all these roles when the fact when I'm not saying it's I can understand why people judge, but I can't accept when we don't have the fact and these allegations are out. He was dropped from, I think, Pirates of the Caribbean, and another Harry Potter spin-off.
I'm just hoping, like I feel like even though he has these issues, work must still go, and I don't see why you should drop.
Okay, so this what is happening is like a bigger, it's part of a bigger culture that is happening now, which is cancel culture, where we live in a space where we are very judgmental and less forgiving. Immediately something happened, like the mob is ready.
What's your take on cancel culture?
My take on cancel culture is that
I've never agreed with it.
I don't agree with cancel culture either. My take on cancel culture is that today, sometimes I just sit and wonder the kind of things like the future generation is going to cancel us for. There are things on the internet that's just there. I just wonder. Sometimes I sit and go like, oh, you might think this is cool today, but in 10 years, in 15 years, Gen Zs are going to cancel you for doing it. So I feel like cancel culture is a space where we shouldn't really head in that space. I just feel like people should be.
And it's crazy he's saying this because it's the truth. Because brands are dropping people because of things. And cancel culture is human being. Things you said. Like
let's look at Kevin Hart when he had to host the Oscars and like the kind of things they had to pull back from what he said back in the day. I mean, people learn, people grow every day. We need to give people the room to learn.
Yeah.
We need to give people. What's the point if you're wanting people to grow and if you don't want them to really own up to their past?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, for someone like Johnny Depp, these are wounds he probably can't ever repair because he's maybe not going to get the roles back. He's probably not going to want to be there as much. But looking at the topic at hand, the fact that Amber Heard, people want her to be dropped from the movie. You know, say over 2 million.
That movie is dope, man.
If over 2 million people really want her to be dropped, I mean, Johnny Depp had lost a whole lot of deals over this. If over 2 million people, and the sad thing is that it's in Johnny Depp's case, he's not the only one who was affected. Every movie that was cancelled, I mean, there were people whose lives were dependent on these movies. They were co-stars, they were producers, they were writers whose work had to go out, and because of that, it really couldn't happen. So it's just bigger than him. It's like a whole industry issue, in as much as like he is just like the pivotal point of this entire story. So I just feel like, bro, if I get a chance, I'll add my signature to the 2 million. That's really.
So, Prudent, if you're looking at this, what do you think is the way forward? When we hear something, do we put a hold on maybe the person's project? Do we?
I think we should put a hold on.
Because human beings are going through this, and we're all human beings.
Already, he's going through a lot because of the thing. Now you add another burden by preventing her from the thing that she loves doing the most, that's acting. So it's a big deal because.
Are you speaking for her or John?
Yeah, her. I'm talking for her because.
So you think she shouldn't be dropped?
Yeah, I don't think she should be dropped. I think no.
But now the facts are out.
The facts are out and everything. There are people in charge of solving this issue. They should do that. But her work should still go on. And
that's great. But this is abuse.
No, but then even her work is still going on. She is
like she represents the work.
Yeah, but I'm saying it should only happen when probably most of it like she will be in jail or something, and that's when cool. But then if the fact that she's gonna be around and then the work, because she is Aquaman, you see how.
But don't you think this is going to give room for people to have an excuse? Because one thing with law is we always look at cases that happen. We refer to this case, and this thing happened. If this person was acquitted, this person can be acquitted based off this case.
Yeah.
If something like this happens, again, with abuse, whether physically, emotionally, doesn't it give way for things to be accepted in society?
I don't think so. Yeah.
What's that? I mean, like.
I just feel like this should just be treated as like it should just be treated as what it is. It's just it's a crime.
Yes.
And once you commit a crime, you can't move forward.
You can't.
No, I'm saying for now, if she's available to do a work, she should be allowed to do a work.
Oh, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
she's available
that's
to do
crazy.
a work.
Prudent,
Bro, like
everyone is going to do that now. Okay, what about Johnny Depp? Would you have said he should be allowed to do his work?
Of course, I believe this is their talent, like that's their work, that's what they love doing the most. So I feel like.
Okay, let me ask this. Do you think we can separate the art from the people?
That's what I want us to do.
For example.
That's difficult, bro.
That's difficult because
you can really separate the art from the person. It's not black or white, bro. There's a gray area to this. Right? Some people are.
Okay. If I slap them.
Yeah, like
should
Should what?
Wow. Should like my content be supported as much as it is before?
No,
starting?
bro. I feel like your content
This is
should
your
be
content.
supported. Your content should be supported. I mean, for every action.
So you agree with him,
I do not agree with him. You asked the question.
but you agree with the fact that
what?
an artist should be separated. Someone should be separated from the art.
That's what I'm saying. It's not black and white. Like it depends. Like it depends on the backstory. It depends on the backdrop. It depends on like a whole lot of context. How did that happen? Before you could decide, okay, do I separate this person from there?
So,
but then there are cases where people are not even talented enough to separate the art from the artist. There are people where you just really.
But you know, with
just like
abuse,
Will
no
Smith,
matter the
what's happening
talent.
to Will
Okay,
Smith.
but the thing with abuse, no matter what, no matter the talent, no matter how good you are, abuse is abuse. And we're talking about abuse. Abuse can lead to death. Abuse can lead to loss of life. So what if Johnny had died? Would you have said she should continue?
What I'm just saying is there is
No, what if he had
I'm
died?
saying, what I'm saying,
Like-
is, I'm just saying that look, there is a way to adjudicate this. There is a court that is going through the process. We, the people watching this, we, the fans, should be able to love the craft, love the work, and support the work, and allow the court to take its own course. And the sanctions.
Is that
But
possible?
then you
though?
do actually understand that these people, like outside of the work, they are a brand. Like they're a brand where like other people's like businesses are in them.
Yeah,
they're a brand that for Aquaman, for example. Look at like which people like.
Oh, I understand if a
demographic
brand
that
doesn't
watches.
want to work with
Amber Heard.
again, cool. But I'm saying most of the time when it happened to Will Smith, look at how.
But then what happens
Netflix
is that
stopped
these
working
studios
with-
are also brands anyway.
No, I
So
just
yeah,
feel
what
like
I'm talking
the-
about, if you understand
You-
brands
no.
do not want to work with her, these studios are equally
No, I'm
brands as
looking
well.
at yeah, they are also brand, but
Yeah,
I'm saying, you see, some brands are like, oh, this is a product, the way you endorse, and people feel like,
I mean, unless you are
Yeah,
really
endorse-
selling poison or you are really selling like knives driving dagger down someone's throats, which
Like-
brand really wants
like,
to
yeah,
endorse
I mean,
like violence or
they're going
domestic
through a lot,
violence?
they're
Me,
going through a
if you
lot.
ask me, I would say the best way is let's wait till the facts are out. Because with cancel culture,
Bro, why
we
would we
don't-
wait till the facts are out?
we
It
don't-
could be 3 years, it could be 4 years, it could be 5 years.
then what do we
People's
do,
money
Joe?
is stolen.
Then what do we do? Because you cancel someone and 3 years later, they're innocent. You cancel someone 10
Yeah.
years later, a case is a case.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Because the crazy thing is someone can go online and spew a lie. And it becomes quote unquote accepted by a group of people. You know, let's be honest, you go on social media, you see a picture, the more negative comments you see, and this is psychological, you tend to be inclined or
Of
agree,
course.
that's the word,
Of course,
agree with
that's
what's
what
going on. If there's positivity surrounded, I don't think that's how it should be, but again, it is a gray area, but with something like this, and Charlie, the
but
fact
Jason,
is,
about taking long time, 3 years and all
Yeah.
that. You know, most of these courts, for some time now, looking at the way most of these cases take long time for them to get the final results, they've been able to structure some period of time for some of the cases, like just recently our election petition.
Right,
They
right.
structured like 3 months, that it shouldn't exceed 3 months. So it should be within 3 months. By then they should have
They
it.
should be
they should
dealt
have
with.
it. So I'm thinking, looking forward, such issues like domestic violence and stuff like that, they should look at 3 months, stay focused on it, get all the evidence, try to get the people with the minds, with the investigations and all that, so they can get the results, so they can just fasten up, so that we can just move forward. You understand? So that the artist or whoever is going through that issue too can go serve a sentence, come back and learn from whatever he has gone through. So yeah, I think moving forward, we should fasten our justice system, our court system.
Okay, tell them.
I've seen stuff, and right now I'm hearing some propositions that the Supreme Court will not be taking almost every case. You know, most of the time the people after they have used the appeal court, the high court, then everybody leads to the Supreme Court. They're trying to create a smaller court under the Supreme Court, which will tackle these things just randomly, easily, so that they just shut it proper. Because Supreme Court, before even the judges will sit as a panel, there's a lot of scrutiny. They look at opinions, who should sit on this case, and I think it's also part of it. So America is a big state.
You know my favorite thing about this guy? He keeps dropping random nuggets.
Random.
The most random.
He's got the link. He's got the link.
I'm
But
just looking at that.
all jokes aside, this is still domestic abuse.
Yeah, we learn
and
from
it
this.
needs to
Let's
be
learn
like
from
it
this.
needs to be like taken seriously, and we always hope the right steps can be taken, no matter your position, no matter the power, no matter the fame, because human beings are involved, and at the core
But,
of
I
it.
mean, I just hope
Yeah,
this
we're all
also
human
will, this
beings.
also will open like a kind of conversation where men will also have like the kind
Yeah,
of
me, I'm all for my guys.
Yeah, I just feel like I feel like bro should be able
Yeah, of
to like
course, of
openly speak
Yeah,
about.
if we're talking
these
about
things.
equality, let's love the men and let's
gender
love the
equality.
women.
Gender
Yeah,
equality.
that's
So I
what I'm
just
talking
feel
about.
like people should be
Anyways,
able-
speak up. Now, Stonebwoy, you're a fan of Stonebwoy. I mean, you've got long hair, so I'm assuming you're a fan of it.
Bro, don't feed into that stereotype. Don't feed into that. Listen, I could just sit in a ride and then the driver just starts to play dance hall.
That's crazy.
Like, bro, what's going on? What's going on here?
Okay.
What's going on?
I had long hair. Like when I had long hair, like someone asked me, "Am I like part Jamaican?" And I was like, "Okay." But I mean, I just take it in good stride.
Bro, it gets annoying. You enter a restaurant and they tell you they have vegetarian meal. You have vegetarian meal? Okay, fine, I'm happy. But
yeah, like,
where's the meat?
It is what it is. But yeah, like apparently he's joined Def Jam Records and more details are going to come. But he posted, I think we have the screenshot which we're going to be posting. Like Def Jam Africa Records, like they posted, Africa, we've got news for you with this picture, and he posted, let's go. Now, the Beam label boss, he joins the likes of Nadia Nakai, Casper Niovis, Nasty C, Larry Gaga, Boy T, Tego, Ricky Tyler, Vector, and Teleman. And I'm sure details are going to come up, whether it's a distribution deal, whether it's a record deal, whether it's a management deal, but this is good news.
This is good. This is what
I've been waiting
for, right? Man. These are some of the
you said that you want to see these things.
These are the things I want to see. I just don't want to see our artists go up and travel outside Ghana and take pictures and come back and go do meetings and just to see results. So
but meetings lead to these deals.
No, bro, meetings lead to these deals, bro.
Hold on. People had meetings in Africa via Zoom and we're able to get deals done. And all the time when they go, we only see this. How many times has Stonebwoy traveled outside? And this is actually the first time you're seeing.
But as to how long?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So I'm saying these ones can be done here. Burna Boy was working with Didi. Yes.
Like, when I see something like this, I mean, as excited as we are, and I always say what I try to take from what he's saying is the expectation.
I actually want more, and I love Stonebwoy.
But is that the right way to look at it?
No, Stonebwoy is
the right way to look at words.
Isn't it? Is it? Should I say? Is it pressure on these artists? Is it?
At this point, is it pressure?
Is it? Wait. Is it non-appreciation for what they're doing right now?
Okay, so first of all, when it comes to before we get to this, it's still like in line with this Def Jam Records thing, right? But I just believe that when it comes to artists, right, artists in general, and like all of us trying to compare our artists to artists outside, like everyone's dreams are different. Like Sarkodie, for example, people were talking. Yesterday was we saw Burna Boy's show.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I was up all night. I woke up with insomnia, bro. All night. So what happens is that different artists have different like plans for themselves. An artist to decide to be okay, fine, I'm okay. When I conquer Africa, it's okay. When I conquer Ghana, that's okay for me. That's where my dream ends. Like the pressure, the pressure isn't like you could. Otherwise, you cry for your favorite artist every day, and they just be living their lives.
Exactly.
For them, their dreams are achieved.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else is what you wish for them.
Said it.
You feel me? So like there are different artists that we have in Ghana in their own sense. They are superstars. They've arrived. Good. Like they are good.
Once they have their car, they have their house.
It's fine. It's fine to aim for the Grammys. It's fine to aim for the for the BETs. But then like we just need to understand that different people have really what actually means to them as dreams. And as much as we all want to like climb to the top and see everyone at the top, but then there are times that you just need to understand that people are people. You can't want something for someone who doesn't want that.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you just be there
waiting
for them. But then they are very super comfortable.
Stonebwoy is actually looking forward to do more. I see Stonebwoy as one of the people who is pushing very hard. And I feel like I'm happy to see something like this. You know, last year Stonebwoy was traveling, the people have been talking about Stonebwoy doing a song with an artist who for some time has not been doing music and all that, like Terry Hilton and all that. We want to see stuff like this, to do art, to do songs with people who are current, people who have current numbers, which numbers can impact. Go check the numbers of Terry Hilton.
So you're not impressed?
I'm impressed.
No, I'm not saying I'm not impressed. I'm saying we want more. That's what we're saying.
Okay.
We want more. We just want him to do more. I'm a big fan of Stonebwoy, and I know Stonebwoy is working hard, but I feel like we shouldn't make it.
Do you think like we're lacking behind?
Oh, we are lacking behind. That's why we are pushing them. That's why we don't even want to listen to any excuses from them. We feel like when we tell them...
What do you mean you don't want to lison to excuses?
Oh yeah, of course. That's what I'm complaining.
What do you mean you don't want to listen to excuses from them?
The excuse they give is that in Ghana the population is low. We are not many like Nigerians, and they just support each other and all these things. We don't want to give this. We don't want to hear these excuses. We just want them to do the work.
What's your take on that? Because it seems like you don't agree with the fact that it seems like excuses are being made for the industry, for the creatives.
I don't think excuses are being made for the creatives or for the industries. Like maybe from where I stand, I just believe that Stonebwoy could drop an album right now, right? Today. on Monday someone be like, when is the next project out? Bro, the guy has been working on an album for like the last number of months and everything. You haven't listened to like the album twice. You just be like, when is the next project coming out? So I just believe that like artists need time to really create stuff. And right now, if Stonebwoy decides to, let's say from Monday, decides to start promoting his first album, it doesn't mean that Stonebwoy is losing relevance or Stonebwoy is going down. It's still his art. It's still his work of art. You can still go back and promote it. We don't do that.
That's one thing that's crazy though.
We don't do that.
It seems like, okay, we're not in those industries, but per what we've seen, it seems like an artist can drop an album every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
But here, if an artist doesn't drop in a year.
When was the last time Rihanna dropped? Who's talking?
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar hasn't dropped for like 5 years.
Bro.
That's heartbreaking.
Yes, it is.
But I'm Prudent. Is this... I'm even thinking of how to word this because, again, is this based on what the audience... Does the audience dictate for the artist?
Most of our artists keep saying the fans want this. The fans want that. I'm not even talking about Stonebwoy dropping an album. I'm talking about Stonebwoy.
No, but expectations.
Bro, even talking about what the fans always want, right? The fans have like their desires are insatiable. The fans want something new all the time.
Oh, but then of course,
so as an artist, you should be able to defy them. Go like, okay, this is what I'm giving my fans.
And
because the fans we want something new all the time. We want something new all the time.
So why can't Sarkodie take a rest for a year?
Yeah, so
how do you feel as a fan?
Sarkodie took a rest long time. Right?
When then has Sarkodie taken a rest for a year?
Bro, I think Sarkodie has taken a not for a year, but then
Sarkodie. What are you talking about?
Not for a year. But I just believe like
when we say an artist,
Sarkodie hasn't taken a break for a year.
When we say an artist takes a rest for a year, that's no music for a year.
No, Sarkodie hasn't got no music.
There's been times Sarkodie hasn't got music for like 5 months, 6 months.
Bro, you're talking about a year, 12 months.
No, I'm just saying. 6 months, 8 months, and all that.
Okay, even when we say an artist takes a break for a no performances. No shows. We can boldly say Jay-Z. Now, we're not making comparisons in that regard. But if we're looking up to him, why can't we do that?
We have a lot of work to do. You're talking about break and all that.
But we have a lot of artists also.
Burna Boy is not taking a break. Sarkodie wants to take a break.
The whole point is also...
What's that supposed to come
on? Of course, what I'm saying is that people who are ahead of you,
the people you had mentioned have been able to like integrate like their arts when it comes to like music.
Are we not doing that here, Joe?
Not well. We are not doing that. We are not doing that like we're not even doing that.
So again, are we making excuses for ourselves?
We are not making excuses for ourselves. It's just that systems are not in place. We are trying. We are a thriving industry. We are trying.
Yeah, of course.
Bro, we are trying.
We are
trying. See what we're just here, and then we saw like the production for 3 music awards.
Yeah.
Well, like, we are trying like the right.
Yeah,
we can't deny that fact.
But some people just want more things.
No, it will happen. Everyone wants more things quickly. What are you yourself doing for us to get that more thing quickly in your little corner where you are?
That's what we are doing. We go there. We support them in everything they do.
Okay. You stream their music.
Stream their music. We go to their YouTube.
We buy their albums. Congratulations.
We buy their albums.
Congratulations, Stonebwoy. And I think. One thing I'm always going to say here is we all have a duty to each other. You know, the creatives, the fans, the media, you know. And some of us find ourselves in all these spaces. So please, let's keep support. Let's buy the music.
Bro,
buy his art.
Bro, please buy my art, bro. Don't wait
buy his art.
Don't wait for me to die and say
Chrissy, don't leave this album to the mercy of the fans. Push the album. And I'm happy Chrissy is doing this. Yeah. He has brought a merch. He has done all these things are ways that we can live with the album. You understand? When you have a merch of Son of Jacob, you feel like, hey, Charlie, someone can even see and talk about it, and that's how you can introduce it to people outside Ghana and all that.
Now, music aside, I'm glad I have a poet and a writer, producer.
You're always calling me something new every time.
Poet, aren't you? Poet, writer, producer.
But you're right. You're a filmmaker. You're right.
You're a writer.
Okay, what's happening?
Yeah, actually, what's happening here? I'm happy to have you here because. We don't just speak about music here. We are creatives, you know, and Jackie Appiah's managers, you know.
Right.
Whenever we have people who've been in the game for a long time and they say something, it holds weight. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to disagree with it, but it holds weight because they've been successful at what they're doing. And I'm sure to manage Jackie Appiah, she's been through a lot, ups and downs. Now, this is the headline. She said dealing with actors has really been difficult. Now, I don't have the exact quote for what she said pertaining to that, but the story is the manager and multi-award-winning actress Jackie Appiah has revealed that it's really been challenging to deal with actors and actresses, you know, and these individuals in their own rights, being producers, directors, well, having most of them stick to their time. So I'm sure she's referring to the craft and all of that. But the quote I do have, she also said, it's not easy getting the location, and sometimes it's our fault, because when we go on set and a house owner says, don't put your shoes here, and you make a mistake and puts it there, of course, they'll tell you to leave. So I'm sure she was referencing to the difficulties, you know, in dealing with actors, actresses, locations, props, sets, and all of these things. And looking at someone who's been in the game for so long, and these should be like the most basic things. An actor shouldn't be late. An actress should not have their lines. You know, you should know what you're doing before you get on set. Joe Wackle, as a writer behind the scenes, how does it feel when you hear something like this?
Bro, I feel like there've been times when actors are like, when she talks about actors being late, it's simple. Bro, for myself, I've worked as a producer, as a director, as a writer.
So I was right.
And bro, some of our actors take like 2 jobs at the same time. Like, it takes a job here, and sometimes they come on set and they are proud to say, oh, I'm coming from this set. And in your head, you're supposed to say, wow, you are so talented. But then it doesn't make sense. So like, there are all these little challenges. But then again, it's also, if you are able to pay them well, if you're able to pay them enough, they wouldn't have to take these 2 jobs. They wouldn't have to take these 3 jobs. You could have an actor coming to your set from a set they've been on like
so Joe, somebody to say, if you're not paid, don't do it. Why are you doing 2 jobs?
Yeah, so that's up to them.
You know?
That's up to them. I mean, that's not something I can really stand here and say why people are doing well. Like I said the other time, pay money comes, like, pay could be like not necessarily money. People
but again, can that excuse be made for the actors or actresses?
For why they are late?
I mean, not why they're late necessarily, but if I'm not being paid well and I'm still trying.
For me, I don't think anyone could make any excuse. Once you're not being paid well, with whatever agreement, Jason, if I tell you that I'm coming to your studio at 2:45, no matter the agreement I have with you, like, my word is my bond. 2:45, I have to be here.
Yeah.
And this is a problem in the movie industry.
It's not a problem in the movie industry. I just feel like it's a problem with individuals. It cuts across. You are here. There have been instances where artists have been late, where your guests have been late, right? And it's not about like the kind of job they do. It's not because they are actors or they are singers or they are politicians.
Deeper than just.
It's just
like,
deeper. It's a cultural thing. Like, it's at the core of it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Where actors, I mean, lateness just happens to be one of the things. But there are a whole lot of things. And I also spoke about we having an ecosystem, right? There are times that producers are the same people going around looking for locations. Like, yo, Madame Fubifie, You've been to a space where...
So, like, okay, so, Prudent, I mean, you're hearing this, and not too long ago, I think you made a statement. Let me paraphrase, if I'm wrong, correct me.
Okay.
You said that if it's not lucrative, why are people doing it and all of these things? I mean, the acting business, right?
Yeah.
But, again, we have legends, people who've been in the business for long, and now a woman who's been working for so long, managing another successful talent, is saying something like this. I mean, there's no denying the fact that there's something wrong.
Yeah, there's something wrong. I mean, there's something wrong.
Prudent, I mean, what should you say?
You know, Samira is somebody who has been around for long. She had worked with Venus before she became the manager for Jackie and all that. She has traveled with Jackie. And for her to come out to say something like this, then it's very serious. And one thing that you said about going on different sets and coming back, I think it's a problem. Like,
yeah, it's a problem.
Because imagine, Jason, you're supposed to be on an Yvonne Nelson production, then you go to Venus film production, then by the time you even come, you're stressed out. How can you even go?
How do you come out of that character?
Guys,
how do you come out of that
I get what you're
character?
saying. I get what you're saying. And I agree with you guys. You guys are actually right. But we can't take away the fact.
That words.
Maybe there are not as many movie roles as there are. Actors and actresses aren't getting called.
Jason, Will Smith and
the passion. I don't want to say the passion is dying. I don't want to say the passion is dying. But it seems like there's not as much is not invested into it as before. We can't deny these things, and these things are now leading to people being late, and now leading to people not reading their lines.
I don't think these things are leading to people being late.
And now leading to people who are not actors and actresses acting.
No, but then if there's anything that's leading to people being late, we talk about. I don't think we should make excuses for like all these things. If
we can't
no matter the industry, if it's a thriving industry,
we can't make excuses for it, but we hear these things. Why are we hearing these things?
No, but I'm just letting you know that if it's even a thriving industry where everything works and people decide to be late, they will be late.
So you feel like even if this industry was doing well,
even if the industry is doing
these problems will still be there.
It will still be there unless the people who run this industry decide that, okay, we are changing. Don't forget, people make the industry. don't forget people make the industry. Don't tell me like there've been instances where, example, like practically, right?
Yeah.
You and people had been there and go like, oh, Charlie, if you get money, we go do this, then we get money. You get money and you realize that the problem wasn't money.
So it's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that.
Wow. Then that means we really have to look in the mirror, Prudent.
Of course.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
ask yourself all the instances.
This is a revelation.
Ask yourself the moments where you had gone on set without your lines in your head. You can't blame your producer for that.
Listen, I think
like think about the times that you just
you can't blame the okay, all the structures are not there, the payment and all these things. But I think professionalism must also come in because what you are doing.
That's why we are saying the same thing now. We are all saying the same
thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We are saying the same thing.
So professionalism must come in because if you even though the money is not enough and you want to do more to get more money, you have to think about your brand. You have to think about doing the thing and doing it very well. So
basically, it's not about the industry, it's about the people.
Yes, have personal situations ever hindered both of you on anything, not just acting, from doing your job well? Personal situations. It could be anything.
Bro,
it could be no. Let's come down to it. It could be traffic. It could be not having money. It could be anything. Anything. Has there been a time where, as creatives, the two of you, because the reason why I'm saying this is, when we speak to creatives, they tell us these things I'm saying. And I understand we have to be professional.
So yesterday,
I don't have to be late on set here.
Yeah.
I have to be a professional. Maybe I haven't eaten. I still have to be here.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm fighting my producer. I still have to be. Maybe I don't get along with Prudent. I still have to be here. This is being professional. Yeah. I can get up and say, oh, I don't want to come to work today because I ain't feeling the vibe. That's not being professional. But have you guys, as creatives, again, been in situations where, for personal reasons, and these reasons, again, may be reoccurring, traffic or money no day, ever hindered you from doing your work?
Oh, bro, I mean, a lot of time, a lot of the time, and
so these are the things I'm speaking for.
No, for the things you are talking about, for me in my case, right, it's a collaborative work, right? Filmmaking is collaborative.
Most definitely.
Someone is on the microphone, someone is on the sound, someone is on the light, makeup, like it's a collaborative work, right? As long as you are working with people, something will go wrong. Like you just need to make something as long as
for like 10 years.
I don't think it's. I don't.
Joe, it has been like we've had these discussions before we got into the media, and it seems like it wasn't as much as now, but it's been growing on the media.
So then it brings us back to exactly what I was saying. When I say it's a cultural thing, it's like
that's what
like
you think.
I think like the people, the individuals need to change.
And I'm sure,
the individuals need to change.
Joe, I'm sure when
the actors come on set, the individuals who are also in charge.
Yes.
The individuals need to pay well. They need to pay on time.
And Jason, I'm sure when our actors come on set and they're like, "Oh, I was from this set and this set."
Bro, for them, they won't make you talk. Say, "Oh my God, you take 2 jobs, you the boss brains." But like,
I'm sure the upcoming ones, the upcoming actors and actors,
they're like, they can't wait to take 2 jobs. They can't wait to like get to the point where they take 2 jobs. Where also it's a. Do you know the rippling effect of this?
Tell me.
Writers are not able to really write characters. Tell me how many times, for you, Jason, right?
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, right? Every Jason movie I'd ever seen, probably I haven't seen much. You look the same. There's no there's no character. Like there's no character to you. So like the whole point is that it doesn't give you enough room to go like, oh, for this next 3 weeks, I'm locking myself away. I'm getting into character. You could just wake up and throw anything on. It's the same Jason here, different costume, different name.
And
so like there's no
for legends like. Like this guy's a bad guy. He's
been a bad guy. He's been a bad guy. Go through. So then, like, there's no, and that's the rippling effect on like even story writing.
I like that you said like, it's like really is like a deep ripple effect of what's going on right now.
That is it.
You are right. You're right.
I'm glad you guys agree on something.
Bro,
so now we know. Let me assume we know the problem. What do you think, Prudent, is one of the steps to the solution? Per what we've said, because again I'm trying to understand him and he's trying to understand me, of course, and we are trying to. What do you think is one solution to something like this? That's even Samira said that Charlie, actors and actresses, they don't come on time.
I think one thing we should applaud is Samira for coming out to say things like this. For her to say something like this, and for her to go details to say that when you go rent a place, a house, in the owner of the house,
she was like, even like she came to the base like, say if you don't put your shoes here,
don't put your shoes here, move it here and all that. I think we should hear from more people and then we should advise each other, we should educate each other. I think the education is key, that let's be professional. Let's try as much as possible to do the right thing at the right time. Let's not double job and let's not do anything anyhow.
Yes, no double job. Yeah, go hard, cause Charlie.
But the job says you know day. So you get to
yesterday.
How we are talking now? How we know we talk for
yesterday I was supposed to shoot 4 episodes of Free Your Mind. I got on set. I felt like nah.
You couldn't do it.
I can't do it. I felt like I was tired.
Yeah, so it was show.
It was show in it.
So
I
you
just
stopped.
did 2.
So that's even professional.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I felt like I felt like I called Jerome like I was able to do it. He was like, really? I didn't do 4. I'm like, oh yeah. So we have to stay professional and make sure. Because at the end of the day, you come out and people will be like, why is this one not interesting? This one must be. I want to stay focused.
You want to be consistent.
You know.
Yeah, with the content, consistent with the. I mean,
Exactly.
Joe, that's his take. Being professional. I mean,
we have to.
What's your take?
We don't have just come and see.
Bro, I
and
just
just
feel
we
like
have to
for one thing like most of us creatives really try to run away from is contracts. We need to sign contracts. We need to send that email. For me, the red flag to not work with someone if I ask you to send me an email and you don't.
If you send, they will deny you.
No, if I ask you to send like, oh bro, oh yeah, make we do this project. Yeah, send email. If you don't send, like, bro, I don't think that's a red flag to me. If I ask you to send email and you don't send, it's red flag. If I ask you
Do
to
you
sign
think
a
our
contract
creatives
and
too
you
have
don't,
to like start turning things down?
start turning what?
Like projects that don't suit them
Bro,
down.
I feel like if anything doesn't align with where you are headed as a person, you should really be able to turn it down. Why don't you, as a producer, want to sign a contract with me? Probably you just want to F me over tomorrow, or that, you get me? So like, why don't you really want to sign a contract with exactly what we're doing?
that's true.
So if anyone really doesn't want to sign contract or even feel like, oh, I'll be able to send you for WhatsApp. Why WhatsApp, bro? If I delete WhatsApp tomorrow, WhatsApp.
That's
like,
actually
then you tell me
like
you are not
the
saying
basis
this. Like,
for being
be
professional.
People
right?
could actually have a whole conversation or like a whole professional deal like on their phones, like with no contracts. Like, I know people trust people on their words, but then we've seen instances where people, even in friendship, where you've said, bro, man, casa. But then, just send me the email, let's keep the thread. Like, let's just sign contracts, just so I can be able to hold you accountable. If I sign a contract and it says come be at 1 and you come at 3, I could say, bro,
one thing I want to add is, when we're having these conversations and stuff, as young as we are, with our long hair and our tattoos and pierced earrings and sneakers, one thing that you said that I really, really found interesting, and I'm really glad you did, is the art. It doesn't matter the age. Let's be honest, it seems like that's a problem here. If you're young, they don't want to add you to the conversation.
Ooh, that is it.
They don't want to put you in that conversation, but these guys creating are the ones on the ground. We're going through it. So,
bro, I've been following Nollywood for a while, like new Nollywood for a while. One of the things I've realized is that like all their movies that are really tripping Netflix now are movies that are like produced by older Nollywood people, directed by young directors in their early 30s, late 20s. They're like, oh, these guys are really creating stuff. But then when it comes to our space, like the old people just want to be there and like, no one is really good. Like, okay, I've been doing this for 20 years. Let me hold your hand as a new person. Okay, now I'm your producer. Go on, let me run with you. But then we get people trying to tell. There've been instances where we all grew up on like Things You Do for Love. We love that show. We all grew up. Where are those shows? The reason why we don't have like such shows anymore is that like the people who really worked on those shows, right, or who can really tell. They told the story of a moment. There are different people who can tell the story of this moment. Trust me, whoever told a story in 2001 and can tell the story of like, I mean, it's okay to say, hey, Charlie, you showed to in the early 2000s. I can't say that to you now.
You showed to.
Like, you feel me? So like, so you get it. So that's like, it doesn't fit.
But what you're saying is not even remove.
Time has moved on.
What you're saying is not like remove the old heads, but add the young voices.
Add the young voices. Like, keep the, like, they've been in the journey. Okay, so you go like, okay, I've been in the industry for the last 15 years. I made these mistakes. This doesn't work for me. I've known enough to be a business person. I'm going to hold your hand as a creative person. Let's go. We don't see that here.
Do you realistically see this happening?
We don't see that here.
Charlie Conference, I don't see our age mates there.
You do see that here?
I don't see like young people there, bro. Like
we have to. I think
because Prudent, even sorry to cut you, but he's talking about movies and poetry.
No, I mean, even not even like, movies. I feel like even music in general, like art in
have
general.
You experienced this in
the art space?
What a media space, a lot. Come on.
Like you go to present, they say, "What's this young guy doing?"
What's this guy doing here?
Oh, we need, I want to talk about the mentorship thing, man. Like, we need people to hold our hands and give us the space for us to work. when you are an upcoming presenter and you want to do MCing and all that, what is so nice that one of the top guys will just say, go with you and be like, oh, at this part of the show,
it doesn't work that way, man.
At this part of the show, I want you to just come and introduce this person and say, oh, this is young guy. When you have an event, young people event, allow him to come and moderate and all that.
Because for me, I believe like...
And even when you text them on Instagram, they don't mind you. Oh,
I believe after doing this work for a while...
People are looking up to you. People want to learn from you.
After doing this work for a while, what's going to happen is that it's not about... It gets to a point where it's not about the number of work you put out, but the number of people you actually did put out. I'll be happy for years to come. I sit back and go like, oh, these were the boys Wackle put on. These are the 10 films Wackle made. I mean, it's just 10, but then these people are just going to live on for a very long time. So we should get to the space where we are able to actually, really.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, I mean, being professional has nothing to do with you. And it has to do with your work, and your actions, the things you put out. That's being professional. Yeah. You know, because you can look the flyest and still be early to work.
Oh, bro, I've been looking fly. I've been looking fly 247 out here. Wearing Susan Williams out here.
Yeah, man. Okay. Oh, I didn't see this.
Oh, bro, listen.
Frida,
bro,
yeah,
Frida,
you shout to Joe.
Yeah, you could look fly as me and still be on time.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Thank you very much. But that's dope.
Oh, thank you.
Because you're representing a legend.
Bro, she's a cultural legend.
Yeah,
like legendary.
Yeah, of course. And I like what Frida youth are doing. Highlighting our people.
How do you think we can push, promote, discuss, elevate the young ones more? Like, what should we do? Should we have these discussions more? What should we do? Like, what should we do?
I think it gets to a point where having this discussion more becomes like, we just become like the people before us. It's been like a whole lot of talk, a whole lot of discussions. I just feel we need to start in our little corners. We need more spaces. As like young artists or upcoming artists shouldn't wait for maybe VG and me to get a stage. I should be able to perform in my local community bar. You guys come through. We should have those small pop-ups in bars where you are maybe an Ashaman rapper. You should be able to hold up some community in Ashama where you perform. You migrate from there. You build your cult fan bases. I feel like it's something where we should be able to do. Growing up, you, Jason, growing up, there were instances where you wish there are certain things you had that you didn't have. Now that you are in this position, you should look back and do that for
that's what, I mean, that's why we're talking to people like you, right?
Like, that's what I'm saying. The talk becomes like, after the talk, what happens? If I go home, right, what's happening next? I mean, after the talks, it becomes like another talk again. And then like a whole generation goes by and comes to be talking again, having these pundits coming to sit. But then beyond the pundits, there should be something.
Prudent, what's your take
I hope they're listening. I hope people will change. A lot of people watch this show. And Jason is an example.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time you come on air, Jason's a senior guy, you do something like, oh, yeah, you should do it this way. And I think these are some of the things that can help us shape out. And then be the upcoming guys, or the young people in the space, we also have to...
These discussions that we can't stop.
Bro, we can't stop.
We can't stop.
What I'm just saying is that I'm not asking us to stop, but then as much as we have these discussions, we should add we should walk the talk as well.
Oh yeah, people are walking the talk. People are walking. But some of the young guys too must humble themselves.
No, bro.
They're not. I think
stop
that.
But if he says humble yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. No, listen. If he said,
one thing I've come to realize, when a Ghanaian tells you, when a Ghanaian uses humility, when someone tells you, like, what do you need humility for? No, tell me, what do you need humility for? What do you?
No, Ghana, we have our own culture. We believe that young people must show respect to the elderly. So when you're working with someone like someone who is an elderly person in business, that even the conversation you have with the person, and even learning
humility doesn't mean agreeing.
Yes, you can
be humble, but it doesn't mean I agree.
But then I just don't like the fact that people always need to find a need to say be humble, or like people need to be like you really feel like there's some kind of sort of power dynamics in that space when someone says, I like when they say, oh, be respectful. It's fine, like that. Just it's not interchangeable.
Well, I've seen young people debate with elderly people on an issue.
Yes, you have to debate when you feel like why can't we?
It's still supposed to happen.
Bro, how can we move on if we don't debate?
Some young people, most of these mentors keep talking about young people don't know how to talk. They just talk to them anyhow because the familiarity comes in here and there, and then they feel like, okay, now me and Jason did like that, so Charlie.
Bro,
you understand that?
I think one thing about language.
I
understand you, but one thing you need to know about language is that language keeps evolving with every year as a people. You could walk into a space. You spoke about these old people, right? Yeah. You could walk into a space and say hi. I know people say, what do you mean hi? You don't respect. But then, bro, what if I say hi to you? Like hi? Like, I don't know if I'm getting somewhere with this.
I think with this again we come back to what we're joking about, stereotypes.
Yes.
So when he says be humble, again, you can be humble, but you don't have to be agreeable.
Yeah.
Or agree.
You can agree. Yeah.
You can state your point.
Yeah, like if you say something, bro, I don't agree with you, but humbly, I take it. I've listened to you, but I don't agree with you.
Yeah, of course.
I try to use humbly as an
humbly because the thing is, bro, if we clear this thing called humility, and the thing is, an elderly person can be humble in front of a young person.
Yes.
Let's not get it wrong.
I've seen that.
It's like there are dynamics to it when it comes to humility. But again, in retrospect, what he's saying is when we say humble, when I talk, you have to listen.
Yeah,
is that this or that?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You see that?
That's not what I'm saying.
But
that's not what I'm saying.
That's
what you are getting. What I'm saying is that often when people use like humility, right, and you ask them like to define, like what's the point? To give an instance of what they are talking about humility.
That's
good.
No, that's not go here means go here.
Okay,
no, this is the humility. Me pacho, we media bow. Like it gets tiring. Like it becomes servitude. It gets to the point where it becomes servitude more than humility.
Maybe I'm looking at
Charlie,
it.
No, you know what I'm trying to say.
Charlie, I think this is something we'll really talk about. We're gonna have two old heads and we're gonna have two young heads, and the topic is who is humble? How do you want to be humble? Let's talk about humility. But Charlie, thank you guys so much for coming through. I love these conversations, man. I can't thank you enough because I know you guys are busy. Joe, you have an event tonight, right?
Yeah.
Please go and support my brother. Very quickly, when and where is it?
That's Zimia Lodge, Cantonment Zimia Lodge, 7 p.m.
Nice one. You're going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
Nice one. Have a good weekend, my brothers. Quick commercial break. When we get back, next of the conversation.
Happy birthday and happy anniversary, my darling. Wow. Sweet, handsome, romantic.
Oh my God.
Husband.
I want to see you right now.
Is everything okay? Yes. You can't do what? What's going on?
Hey, this is not the time and place for this.
Let's have to come on and listen.
Maybe you're a special woman. My name is Lucas.
A man gonna do what a man gonna do.
Oh, that glitters is not gold. What am I doing with gold when I have diamonds?
I just want my husband back. Please, can you speak to him?
I want to discuss something with you. Silence him as soon as we get married.
If you're going to get into a relationship, don't invest so much emotion into it.
Well, it's a pity you lack physical training.
Please, leave. I will never, ever be friends with you.
I'm serious. I don't want to ever lose you.
Do I know you?
Do you know me?
You look like Lucas, but is that the reason why you put your filthy hands on me?
You're a prostitute.
You are sleeping with a married woman with Amelia. Your ex-wife.
If I see you an inch close to Amelia again, I will make your life a living.
So that was a movie trailer, but I'm actually focusing on someone who was part of that movie. She's how do I say this? She's not new to the camera. You know, she's not new to the spotlight. She's not new to everything that has to do with being professional, being beautiful. I do have the best job in the world. I have Linda Osifo in the studio. Did I get that right?
You got it
Yes.
right.
You see.
How are you now?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, darling?
I do.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
Like, I don't even know how we're going to continue with this interview. But anyways, thank you so much for making time.
I'm honored.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, the journey so far in acting.
Well, okay, I'll start off by saying I'm so grateful that I marked a decade for acting just last month. Yeah, it still shocks me a little bit. A decade.
That's incredible.
That's scary.
Like,
what have I been doing all my life?
Did you think it would have been a decade when you began?
No,
Was
absolutely
it like,
not.
okay, when it began, was it like a hobby? Was it like, this is what I want to do in my life? Because I was telling you off air, when we have people who've been in the game, on the industry for so long, I'm sure there are a lot of young girls, young guys watching you who want to be like you. But honestly, a lot of people aren't prepared for the journey.
Right.
So what was the direction for what is it done?
So the first thing and the most important thing to start off with is always have a backup plan. And my backup plan was making sure I had my education out the way. So I studied psychology, got my Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. So I had all that taken care of. So I could now focus on what I felt was really an ease for me and passion, which was acting. Or rather, which was just being in the screen, you know, something. And when it all began, it wasn't this serious. It was more of having that little microphone and doing red carpets, having those little runway shows, being involved in beauty pageants. Unknowingly to me, they were all experiences to prepare me.
And it's led you
and
to
it has led me
this
to
incredible
all this.
journey.
Yes.
But one thing that's cool that I heard is you freaking Ghana a lot.
Yes.
Like between Nigeria and Ghana, how would you, in terms of the dynamic of the movie industries, because I always say, I know people always say Ghana and Nigeria, brothers and sisters. We argue about jollof and
Very
soccer
true.
and everything else. It's not going to stop.
But we are.
But how's that dynamic though? Is it different? Is it easy for you now because you've been in the game for so long in terms of the industries?
Well, adjusting to culture is always different, so it would always be in that slight difference. But if I was to compare it to Nigeria, like the industry within Nigeria, things are different over there. It's more of a fast-paced system. Of course, within Ghana, I love it that things are more into detailed. Things want to be taken with ease, and I feel that it does make me more entwined with the detail of the work that I want to focus on.
Are there any? Have you ever worked like on a Ghanaian production?
I just did, and it's my first
this.
Ghanaian production. So the film is called Rigorous. It's based on a true story. I can't say much about it yet. However, I got to work with amazing talents such as Majid Michelle, and yes, that's one of my role models when it comes to the method acting characters. And working with individuals like him and other talents within Ghana, and of course, most importantly, the crew and the director in Ghana, it gave me a different insight. I felt like I was being pampered.
You're a superstar, so.
No, but I was being pampered. The love was a bit too much. I was like, Charlie, waiting now. And she said, hey, my mate, I'm like, what's going on?
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, you worked for it, so yeah. One thing I want to ask you is, on the show, we've been having discussions in terms of young actors and actresses. It seems like, and I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like in this part of the world, because I've never been to the Nigerian movie industry to see how it works, acting is seen more of as a hobby. Like, if I look nice, I can act. If I have a fine... I mean, that's what I've heard. And it's crazy to hear because this is a craft. This is a profession, This gets people in their emotions.
Yes.
Do you think that's the case more so now with the young actors and actresses compared to before?
I don't know if it was the case before, because it's one thing to look good. It's another thing to know how to sustain a talent and keep looking good, right? When it comes to acting, it's all about craft, and sustainability with craft is techniques. And that comes with experience, that comes with knowledge, and that comes with you practicing. So reality would show you that it's deeper than what it is. You could have a beautiful guy sit on, in front of the screen, a beautiful lady sit in front of the screen. However, sustainability to keep that going and
Something else.
it's techniques.
It is, and you've done it for 10 years.
It's
I mean,
techniques.
before you do leave us, the next 10 years, what should we expect from the amazing Linda Osifo?
I want to rest small or attire.
No, that's not happening. I want some more of this. What should we expect?
Well, of course, most importantly, you just want to go with the speed of God, let God
Amen
take
to that.
control to everything. However, I am more of a visionary. I believe more in impact, I believe more in the things that we do today. They are meant to impact others. It could be as little as singing and as acting, but there's influence in what you're doing. And I would love to have more influential impact in the lives of people. I would I would love to continue to encourage an individual to say, it doesn't matter if you start from this level, consistency, honesty, Hard work and being deliberate and not giving up will always get you to the level that you want. Non-stop.
Unfortunately, we can't have you for too long. I would love to. Let's have an hour to this. But for everything that you've done, as I was telling you, you inspire so many. I'm not sure you even know the number of people you inspire, but you inspire a lot of young ladies out there, a lot of young guys, and please keep doing your thing. Don't stop. For the next 10 years, no rest.
No rest.
No rest. Manager, no rest. So that's Linda Osifo. Go and check out her movies, you know, follow on social media, and I'm sure you'll be entertained with everything she's done so far. We do have to sign up. But first, let me let you know, beauty collides with fashion at Ghana's second largest city, Osakrom. Get ready for an enthralling experience as the 2022 Africa Makeup and Beauty Fair, dubbed A&B Fair Kumasi Invasion, in collaboration with the annual Kumasi Fashion Week. Now, it comes off from the 12th to the 15th of May 2022 at the Kumasi City Mall. The fair is sponsored by MX24. Verno Mineral Water, Elevate by EcoBank, ATL Fabrics, MC Berry Biscuits, Maybelline Ghana, and Zooplus. Admission is absolutely free. The 2022 AMB Fair Kumasi Fashion Week shall comprise of sales and exhibitions, fashion talks, master classes, live demonstrations, beauty photo booths, fashion installations, and many, many, many more. The event is powered by Makeup Ghana, AYOA Ghana, and the Kumasi City Mall. We need some tips from you, because your makeup is on point.
You make everything look so flawless.
Yeah, you know, she said it. I have no friends. Nobody should call me again. I have to sign out, guys. I'm going to be here next week, Monday. Have a wonderful day.